You remember at the beginning of the year, we talked about some terminology, and we said that conjugation meant a group of verbs that form their tenses the same way. So far, we've only been working with one conjugation, or first conjugation. But if you notice the verbs on page 85, they look a little bit different from the verbs we've had before, and that's because those are verbs from the second conjugation. Well, think about verbs we've had. Verbs like, porto, right? Porto, portare, portavi, portatus, to carry. Well, we've had a lot of verbs like that, right? They follow the same pattern. Specto, spectare, spectavi, spectatus, to watch. Or laboro, laborare, laboravi, laboratus, to work. But again, those verbs on page 85 look rather different. Take a verb like dokeo. Dokeo, dokera, dokui, doctus, to teach. Well, that looks rather different, and that's because dokeo is from second conjugation. Now you may be asking, well, how am I ever going to tell the difference? How will I know which conjugation a verb belongs in? Well, it's very simple. We're going to put a little chart up here for you. You look at the second dictionary entry, and that immediately tells you the conjugation number. So if the second dictionary entry ends with ARE, that's a first conjugation verb. Right? So specto, spectare, spectavi, spectatus, to watch, first conjugation. But if the second dictionary entry ends with long ERE, that's a second conjugation verb. So again, if you look at the verbs on page 85, words like augeo, augera, auxi, auctus, to increase, second conjugation. And this is one more place where the long mark is important. So far, we've only had one long mark that I'm going to hold you for on tests and quizzes, and that's that long A ablative ending in first declension nouns. Here's another place. You have to have that long mark on the ERE of the second dictionary entry. If you don't have that, that's going to be wrong. As we're going to find out later, that could actually indicate some other kind of verb. So you have to have the long mark there. All right, so what we want to talk about today is the present tense and the future tense for second conjugation, because we already know those for first conjugation. So here we go. Second conjugation, present tense. Step number 1, drop RE from second dictionary entry. You say, but wait, we've seen that before. And the answer is yes, you have. That's exactly what you did for first conjugation. And then you're going to add your personal endings. Set up our singular and plural column, first person, second person, and third person down the side. And what are those endings? They're just like first conjugation. O-S-T, M-U-S, T-I-S, N-T. It's exactly like first conjugation. In fact, it's nothing that you don't already know. It's just that you're doing it with a second conjugation verb. I'm going to do future in the same lesson here. So notice what I'm going to change. I'm making now second conjugation future. And you need to rewrite this stuff. I don't have to. I'm going to leave it the same on the board because the first step, again, is exactly the same. Drop the RE from the second dictionary entry. And then for future tense, you're going to add, keep our color scheme the way we were doing it. For future tense, you're going to add the same endings that you've added before. Bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitus, and bunt. So there really is no difference in how second conjugation makes its present and future tenses. Let's make sure we've really got that. So right now on your paper, I'm going to take this verb dokeo, dokera, and see if you can conjugate that verb in both the present tense and the future tense. Go ahead and hit pause on the video and work that out. Okay, let's see how you did. You should have set up your columns, singular and plural, first person, second person, and third person. And if you follow the steps, you drop to the RE, leaving you DOCE as your stem. And as I said before, I like to write the stem down everywhere. That way I know I've got my stem correct. And you'll notice I didn't put the long mark in the stem. The fact is, sometimes the long mark is there, sometimes it's not, and I'm not holding you responsible for that right now. The only place you need the long mark is in the dictionary entry, okay? So now we add our endings back on, and we get dokeo, dokes, doket, dokemus, doketus, dokent. And just so we can see it, we'll go ahead and put a new chart up here for the future. Same chart with first person, second person, and third person written down the side. Notice the stem is the same. We drop the RE, DOCE as our stem. And then we add our future tense endings, making dokebo, dokebis, dokebit, dokebimus, dokebitis, dokebunt. Now, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can come up with the English for both the present and the future. It's exactly as we've done it before with first conjugation, so no difference there. Pause the video and see if you can come up with that. All right, let's see how you did with the English. We should have had I teach, you teach, he, she, or it teaches, we teach, you teach, they teach. And down in the future, I will teach, you will teach, he, she, or it will teach, we will teach, you will teach, and they will teach. And that's present and future tense for second conjugation.